This could be a dangerous situation. You could be putting your groceries in your trunk, you could be at an ATM machine, and the next thing you know, the bear hug comes not from the front or from behind, now from the side when you're most vulnerable actually, because you really are all wobbly. So the first thing we want to do, we have a lot of common components here that you're going to see, and basically dropping your weight, getting balanced, and be able to mount an attack quickly and effectively. Let's take a look at some of the major components. First one being, we're going to work first 3 different ways. Either arm is free and your arms are then caught. We're going to start when both of your arms are caught. And what Andi's going to do is she's going to identify right away an available target to strike, and by using her hands. Let's take a quick look at what I mean. As I get in through here to grab her, well, I've got both of her arms locked. She's going to base down quickly to balance herself. Look, oh, look what she's done, which is again consistent with all of our defenses. She's locked my arm here, so she's got control, and she can use my body to shift her own body. So what she's done right here is balance and base herself, and now what she's going to do, she recognizes that my groin area may be available, and she's going to release her right hand and attack. Notice again, her hand is opened up like this because she's swatting. We don't want to hit this way. We want to get underneath and cause as much problem we can to hit the testicles or the groin area with a sweeping type of motion. So let's just take it to that point. So I lock her, she bases and strikes. Right away you notice it's going to probably create some distance between us. She can make 2 or 3 strikes. Most likely I'm going to want to get out of here at this point, but I want her to keep me locked in this position so she can really come in with some heavy damage to me to give herself a better chance of getting away. And that's where we come to the next component, which is consistent here. From this position, I'm going to want her to shift her hips. So she's basically going to shift her hips. Even if I have her other body pretty well stabilized, she still, with speed and force, can turn enough to be able to put her knee in position to attack either my thigh or the groin area. Let's just take it to that point without the strike to the groin. Here, shift, and starts her attack. Now when it comes with ferocity and intensity, which you have to employ here, there's a good chance that they're going to release their grip, and you're going to be able to turn the disadvantage into an advantage. Okay, let's take this from the top with the strike, locking, and look at all those components. From here, we're going to take a look at when your opposite arm from them is free. I've grabbed and confined one of her arms. Just to give you an example, I've got her closest arm to me trapped. Nothing changes. Components are still the same. The only difference is she's going to lock down with her other arm to control. Right here. Oh, good. She still got me locked with this other arm, so she can make the strike. She came back and grabbed my arm and controlled it. Again. Got the idea? Practice these 2, and then we're going to take a look at when your nearest arm is trapped. Now let's take a look when the closest arm to the attacker is up or free. And there's basically 2 ways that someone can trap you in this situation. One, their head being in front, and the other, their head being in back. We're going to take a look first at when the head is in front. Okay, so again, this is when the closest arm to the attacker happens to be up or free. So it would be this type of grab in this way. Now the first thing that we want to do is we don't want to break the same principle. She wants to align herself by dropping her weight and getting herself in position to be able to attack that tender area with a strong weapon being her knee in this situation. But the one component that's going to work also as an addition is to be able to reach over me, over my head, grab either, you can grab to the nostrils, you can grab to the eye sockets. If they have long hair, pull it back, whatever it may be. But your initial reaction is to be able to get that head back, get them off balance and into a position it's going to be easy for you to attack with ferocity. So let's take a look at what I mean here. Her arm is caught, my head is now in front. So her hand is already coming over the top, and she's going to lock on. For purposes of this DVD, she's just going to grab my head. But in real life, you're grabbing to those eye sockets and nostrils, whatever it takes to move that head back and create a little bit of distance to give you room to attack. So as I'm grabbing Andi like this, she's going to rip my head back, rotate her hips in. Look, she's already locked my arm with her other hand to keep me in place, and now she begins her attack. This way, enabling herself to cause some damage to me to be able to give her a chance to get away. Now I'm going to turn her for a second because now the head is going to be behind her. And again, the critical component here for her is to create some distance to attack. Because if I'm going to lift her in this situation or move her, I'm going to be close to her. And obviously she doesn't have a lot of room to attack that tender target. So she's going to create that by taking the back part of her arm and dropping it with speed and force, not strength. Speed and force, she's going to let it lay on my neck to be able to create a little bit of distance between us so she can rotate her hips and start to attack into that tender area. Let's take a quick look from a couple different angles from here. I've got her. Oh, excellent. Look at the distance that's created between us, and now she can start mounting her attack to be able to cause some damage to get herself free or to push me away. Okay, one more time from this angle right here. Got her locked. She drops her weight back and down, and now she begins her attack, and again, gives herself a chance to take off and get to a free zone. One point I want to make, it's possible that someone gets very close up tight on you when they're making this grab. Let me show you what I mean. If I'm grabbing in, I'm going to turn her a little bit so you can get a little better visual. If I'm grabbing her and my leg is here, really with a very tight grab, making it very difficult for her to shift her hips. She's going to have to move my leg to create the space to rotate in. So she's just going to set up a knee to the inside of my thigh or to my knee, depending upon where you are size-wise with that attacker. Let's take a look at quickly what I mean. Catching her here, I'm up tight, she bumps it out. Now she can switch and start to make her follow-up attacks in this particular position. Let's take that live action from this spot. Good. One more time from this action here. She's going to finish. She sees she's got me hurt. She's got me in a disadvantaged position. She's going to turn the tables, strike, 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 and get herself to a safe position. I'm going to turn her this way, right here. Excellent. Practice this. Easy move. And you're going to see this consistent in what we're going to show you next.